$12.99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Oh, I don't have a cool send-off. This is embarrassing.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting.
Ha! We're all you need.
They call themselves the Dad Batch.
Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 150. My name is Stevie Kicks, and I am severely under the weather today. But with us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your Space Daddies. First up, you know him as the Left Coast Avenger. We know him as Dadpool. It's Luke Yates. What's up, buddy? You there?
Muted.
Womp womp.
Starting off great.
Oh, muted. My mic was off. Hope you're feeling better, dude. Dang. It sucks. That sucks.
I'm severely medicated right now.
Oy. Well, I got back from the beach. Big camping trip at the beach. Was cool over the weekend. Rested and relaxed.
You did. Definitely want to hear about that later on. You feeling good?
Yeah.
Good,
man. R&R.
Next up, this is my partner, Art Vandelay. It's Rami Shanaday.
Art Vandelay.
So glad we're back to this.
What's up, man?
I'm sorry you're not feeling good.
I'm gonna really rely on you tonight to take over for me.
I got you.
Minimize any questions for me. No questions
No
my way. I don't want to talk at all.
None. I'm not even going to ask how you're feeling. No.
Steven's just going to nod.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I fall asleep during the pod, don't wake me up. I'll just wait for the after credit music to wake me up.
If you fall asleep, we're just going to do this, and then we're just gonna talk over this view the rest of the time. That's it. The whole rest of the show.
We have a new meme.
Oh no.
Yep. Someone got that picture for sure.
No.
Oh, we can always go back and just
we can rewind.
Yep. YouTube records it forever until you're 90.
That's gonna be on the Discord for sure.
It's probably already there. Somebody go grab that.
New sticker offer.
Nate, get on it.
Come on, Nate, pull your weight.
Next up, he's probably on the road again or back home from some work trip. It's Money Ain't Easy. Looking greasy on his new camera. It's Brian Cook.
Dude, I've been home for weeks. You could have changed it at least. I go to Florida next week. Oh, I won't be on the pod next week.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as I change your intro, you're going to be back on the road. So it fits.
But my new camera setup, thanks to Steven.
You're looking a little far away.
I'll figure that out.
Scooch in. Can you? There you go.
Now I'm like 4 inches from my screen.
Now you're Casper the Friendly Ghost, dude.
You look like that Jamiroquai video where you're walking around that really big room.
Virtual insanity.
Yeah.
Genius video. If anyone has not seen that,
that is a great video.
It's pretty old.
So. It's a great video.
It's like me.
That's a great video. Virtual Insanity.
That's going to be the pod song.
That's the end of the pod. Yep.
Yeah. There we go. Nailed it.
You good?
Solid.
Right on. And finally, specialty costume manufacturer, painter, and grill master Salt J. It's John Rodriguez.
Salt J.
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey yo.
Sprinkle me.
How y'all doing? How you doing? I know you're not doing well. Sorry. I'm all right. I'm good. That's it. I'm doing well.
Cool. Raimi, take it away.
Okay, that was a quick handoff. I knew you were going to hand it over, but
he just
dies on screen.
and then Stephen died.
Stephen died. Rest in peace, Stephen. We love you. We'll miss
His
you.
chair looks like a tombstone, even.
He just laid down on his desk and went to sleep. So how's everybody doing? Well, anybody watch any movies or anything? I know we're going to talk. Oh no, we're not going to. We're going to talk about Alien Earth next week, right, John? That's what we decided.
Yeah. We're gonna do a first 5 episodes, and then we'll do the last 5 episodes, or whatever, last 4
or last 4, I guess. Okay. Okay. So that's everybody's homework for next week. Then anybody that wants to get in on next week's Hunter's Hard Drive, homework is the first 5 episodes of Alien Earth. Right?
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
On it. Cool. Anybody else watch anything else in the meantime? Any
I
movies?
watched a couple things, but I'm like, I watch
I'm
these
never good
things
at this.
at night, and then
Oh, you know what I did watch, and I
What?
fell asleep because it wasn't. I guess it wasn't that good. The new Final Destination movie.
Oh man,
It's
Those
on.
They're
It's
still
on
doing those?
HBO, I think. Yeah,
Those go
well, I
always
guess it's
too
like
much.
it's the last one. It's like this person who survived one of these events,
Mm.
but so by doing that, all of their family tree that was born after is basically wasn't supposed to be born. So like death comes after all of them in the end.
Yes.
So the whole family ends up getting killed and
Oh man.
in gnarly ways. Yeah, it's just crazy. Those
I-
movies are just so crazy.
Yeah, I watched the first one, and then after that, I was like, hard note.
The
after
first
that.
one is terrifying.
Yeah.
But now they're just ridiculous, you know.
I watched
Right.
the commercial for the first one, and that was about it.
Yeah, it kind of turned into like they started becoming sort of a meme of themselves after a while. Right?
Yeah. It's like the Saw movies a little bit. But
I watched
not as good.
that last Transformers: Rise of the Beast. It just popped up on Netflix.
Ah,
I like that movie a lot. It's all like 90s, so it's all like 90s hip hop in it.
Oh,
That movie
there's-
is awesome.
ah.
There's it's like Beast Wars. It's
Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's,
I
yeah,
heard
it's
that
like
was actually
Optimus,
pretty cool.
it's
There's the
Optimus
gorilla.
Primal. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Dude.
Triceratops and
Beast
dude,
Wars is
it's
sick.
so
Grimlock
dope.
and stuff. Yeah,
Beast.
Yeah,
Wars, dude.
it's,
there was a
um,
show back in the day.
Mhm.
and it's all
Crazy
around
animated show.
Mirage.
Yeah, like-
Mirage, and he's like a Porsche. But the music's sick. It's all 90s hip hop, dude. It's so
Damn.
good.
90s.
It's a
hip-hop.
Transformers movie. You know, it's like
Yeah.
things blow
Popcorn.
up.
Oh, the
Robots
movie.
fighting.
I was thinking of the old
Those
show.
know? And then, man, I'm hyped. Thunderbolts just popped up on Disney Plus.
dude. I was gonna.
Ooh.
we were gonna tell you that. Like, does Brian know?
I went to watch Alien Earth today, and it popped up, and I was like, oh, but I gotta watch Alien Earth, so I got caught up. But
Nice. So I might be in the market to go to the movies potentially this weekend. Is there anything worth going to see? Like, is there anything out?
I'm not up to date on what's in the theater. Because when Stevie did the list last week of like what's the top things, I was like, nope.
Weapons.
Already saw that.
Weapons
so-
is supposed to be pretty good.
So I pulled up Box Office Mojo, and I don't know if that's. I'm not sure if that. I don't know if we've ever talked to Stevie about where he goes to get his stats, but that is the place to go. He's thumbs up and nodding. So that's the place to go. And it's like the database behind IMDb. I don't know if it was always the case, but it is now. So for last weekend, the box office, K-pop Demon Hunters came in number 1 at $18 million, followed by Weapons at 15.4. Then Freakier Friday at 8.9 million. Fantastic Four, First Steps at 6 million. Bad Guys 2 at 5.1. How many weeks has Fantastic Four been in theaters? It's still
This seems
It's San Diego.
weird.
it's been out for a while. I know it's on here somewhere. Let's see. I'm not
End
not
of
fluent
July,
enough
right?
in
That's
this.
like
Yeah,
about a
it's
full month.
it usually says on here how many weeks it's been
5
out.
weeks.
Probably a couple months.
It came out on July 25th. It opened in over 4,000 theaters. Dang.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah, so 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
Crazy. I ain't trying to watch no horror movies, so I'm good on that stuff. No, thank you.
Me too.
What else? Anybody got anything else going on other than watching stuff?
Going to Florida next week for work.
It's back to school season. Kids
Yeah.
going back to school.
My son starts second grade tomorrow, which is very exciting. We did a little school tour, meet and greet stuff today. Got done with a big camping trip, which is now going to become an annual camping trip. It was so much fun. The families we had with us. It's the right blend of herbs and spices for a good mixture for everybody. So we're gonna do it again.
Nice.
Looks killer.
Yeah, Oregon coast. Which is hard to find a spot that isn't like totally beautiful, but you also need to like reserve these camping spots nowadays, which is something that's like changed over the last like 10 years where you got to reserve these spaces like 6 months out. It's insane.
Dude, it's crazy. All the camp spots in California are like that too.
Yeah. I never organized the camping trips we did as a kid, but we camped a lot as kids in the summertime and with our family and stuff. And
you just roll up then.
Yeah, it was just. I assume that's probably what it was like more. Obviously, there was no like, big like way to do that over the internet back then. So, it was so fun. Just recharge the batteries, like looking at the ocean, playing in the ocean with the kids. It was so fun.
Dude, that picture of the jellyfish, freaking alien. That thing was. Nope.
That's the biggest I've seen in real life wash up. There were a couple of them too.
Can you still get stung after it's like beached like that? Like if you touch that thing and it's like just can you still get stung?
I think so.
I think there's a couple that you can. Yeah.
Man, I've seen pictures of people like in the hospital, like video and like people that are in the hospital, like it, and they are just like they want to die.
Yeah.
Like it is bad.
They should have got peed on.
we were in Sayulita in Mexico for a wedding years ago. It was probably like 7 years ago, and we jumped off of this catamaran tour boat thing to swim to this island. Everybody did it. We swam back, but the group that I swam back with, like my buddies, we just suddenly got caught in this cloud of like silver dollar sized jellyfish, and we all got stung like 50 times each. Like it was crazy. Like I'll show you guys I'll drop the pics in the Discord. My whole sides were like completely like red and splotchy, and we got stung. But it was a weird sensation. It wasn't super painful, but bee sting level, I guess, but a lot at one time, so jellyfish are aliens.
Goodness.
On the next Paranoid podcast.
My kiddo started soccer on Saturday.
Ooh.
Go!
Yeah, he did the what do you call those assessments? Soccer assessments. So I'm pretty sure he got in because they start out with like I don't know 30 kids, right? And then they like take them in the groups of 4 on like the first step, which is like seeing how they can dribble the ball, and then they move into like different groups on the second stage where they do another task, and then so on and so forth. And then my son had made it to the final stage of assessments where it was him and one other boy going head to head. That was the video that I showed you guys, and you could tell clearly the other boy was like he's had like training before. Like you could just, it was clear like he's accustomed to playing soccer versus my son that's literally his first time like putting on a cleat like and touching the grass, right? Like so I mean he's got natural talent. He was able to steal the ball away.
Nice.
But it's funny because he's good at some things, and then there's like other basic things that he's just he's an 8-year-old kid, right? It's like, why do you run that way? Like, you need to run normal, just stuff like that. But he's super excited to start playing.
That's great, man.
It was my wife's birthday yesterday. My wife.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my wife. And we kind of took the day off. So fun fact with that, we were in bed waking up, and from my phone, I started blasting that on the TV in the living room when she got up. She got out of the bathroom, was like, what is that sound? It was funny. But we went on a hike. We went up to Black Mountain, which is like towards Asheville in North Carolina. And cool little town. There's only like 8,000 people there. And there's like a trail, Lookout Mountain, little 1.5 round trip hike. But it was super steep. But it was killer, man. Got to the top. It was like big views. It was awesome, man. It was a great day.
Sick.
So it was good.
Yeah, it looked like
that's
a cool
with my
area.
camera.
They're nice photos, man.
Yeah, dude. It was
the
weather was
all
insane.
behind you were crazy.
Yeah, it was nice.
Crazy.
So, it was good. How's my camera? Is it better now? I downloaded the stuff.
Closer.
Downloaded the app.
Closer.
That's it. That's all I got, really. As my stick my hand in front of the camera. Oh, there we go. Ryan texted me. Ryan from Maryland said I look like a ghost. So I'm trying to fix that.
So, all right. Well,
Bueller.
I think the only other thing we've got before we get into the meat of the show. So, coming up later, here comes the cat. Coming up later at the end of next month, join Stevie, John, myself, and special guest dad, Jet Streak Inc. himself, Kiefer Jenkins, as he makes his first ever guest appearance on the show at LA Comic Con on Saturday, September 27th, in room 402A at 12 noon for the Dad Batch Podcast Walking Workbench live panel. So come to the panel sporting that new costume or ready to show off your latest prop. We want to see it all and have you share with us and the audience how you made it and everything else you have on your workbench. So again, come see Stevie, John, myself, and Kiefer on Saturday, September 27th in room 402A at 12 o'clock noon at LA Comic Con.
Kiefer. Kiefer's one of those good buddies of ours that has never been a guest.
I do not know how that we got here.
I don't know how that happened.
And that's happened. It seems crazy that we've made it to 150 episodes and he's not been on yet. So we're going to right that wrong.
That's crazy.
So, all right, let's get into the next part of the show. I should be better at this by now.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
I'm getting picked first a lot lately.
Yeah.
Let's.
You're always working on them.
You know what I did this week? I did some artwork this week. I did some artwork for our 150th episode, just as a little homage to the homies.
You did. I can get that here. Give me a second.
We'll have to post it or do something with it. But yeah, I was camping. My kids were asleep. It was by the campfire. Friends, the lady, doodling. So fun. Doodling, sketchbook doodling.
Noodling and doodling.
Noodling, varmint doodling.
Diddling.
There it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
There we
sick.
go.
So I know there was some contention in the private chat about like why you weren't amongst the five of us in the foreground there.
Well, he's
But
up there
you had-
in the
Yeah, I mean, I'm featured.
You had
today
an explanation
probably
for it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, so this is an homage to an old comic So my whole idea was like I wanted to do this around like 150th issue, extravaganza. And in my head, like I thought there were a lot more like very iconic covers from like Spider-Man and X-Men, Avengers, stuff like that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have an easy one to pull from. When I went back and looked for like 150th issue, there weren't any that were like super front-facing team kind of positioning that I might do what I was planning to do, which was like take a photo of us or a group photo of all of us, or piece something together. And then I came across this old so there was an old series ran through the 60s, 70s into the 80s called Marvel Team Up. And this was an issue with Spider-Man and the X-Men, and with all of our goings on currently and down the road, I thought it was very apropos with the content. And so, yeah, I did kind of a little homage to that in terms of like the publishing box in the corner. Just did it just cause I like to draw, and it was fun.
No, super cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Your reference was cool because I was like, dude, you're in that picture with us. Like we have a version with you in it. And I was like, what's up? And then you were like, look, Gambit on the comic. I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like the little newsstand, publishing box and stuff too. I was like, I can utilize that space for, myself. But I figured like that group photo, it worked perfectly. The scale and everything worked perfect how it laid out. So, yeah, cool. That's about it.
That was awesome.
Cool.
I just got some Dirty Down in the mail.
Dirty Down.
Down
and dirty.
Shout out to Goblins Inc. Goblins. Those guys are awesome. They also included these little like rust mini things, so I can like there's like a rust and then a yellow rust, like the colors, like the little ones. I don't know. You can like paint on and
and the little jars, right?
Yeah, the little jars. Yeah. I think you can airbrush that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I assume. Yeah. So stoked on that. But Raimi.
They make a couple other ones. They make like snot.
They make
and
a bunch,
and like they make some weird ones too, right? Like
yeah. They're good for the minis, I guess, right? With the minis. But I bought some black and then black soot because I need to alter the color of my Deadpool suit to match the mask, which is a different color fabric. They're both gray, but one's like a lot darker. So and actually I tested some out already. I started giving it hell, and it actually matches pretty well already. I need to go back. Like I was doing it quickly because it arrived like 20 minutes before we were supposed to go on. So I was like, oh man, like I'm like rushing and like just trying to see like, does this look? And I took a picture and showed you guys, and you guys thought it looked pretty good. And it does. It looks pretty good. So I'm stoked on that. I just need to go out and clean up some spots and even it out more. And then when the mask arrives, I can weather everything together with like more detailed in the
finish it off.
Polish it off. Also, I started printing some stuff for a costume I'm not talking about, but I can just show you in the chat here or in the in the YouTube what I'm doing. This is a thing. It's a
it's a thing. Cup holder.
It is a bracelet.
It's a cup holder.
It does stuff. I mean, I guess it sort of is a cup holder. No, it's a bracelet. Some folks figured it out. I posted about it. It opens up and stuff, and it's pretty neat. I'll share more about that in the future, but I'm making one for myself and one for someone else, and we'll see what that's for eventually. But there's that. It's all resin printed, which is nice for the details and stuff. So, otherwise, not doing much. Waiting on stuff, trying to decide on a helmet to mold, which I'm in the works, trying to figure that out. And
I want one.
That's it. You want one? What? The one I'm gonna do?
It was Gundam, right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do a Gundam.
Yeah, I put yes. I put yes on your thing.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool, awesome. yeah, I think it would be a really good helmet to mold. And actually, so funny story. I used to subscribe to Yosh Studios, the model maker who does a bunch of really cool models. And I had made a poll, like whatever, like, oh, what should I mold, you know? And he messaged me. He's like, dude, you should do these Space Marine helmets. Like they're super hot. They're gonna be super hot. And I was like, like I don't know, dude. Like I'm not very familiar with the franchise, and you know I don't want to, whatever. And I told him like, nah, I'm gonna do something else. Eventually, I did end up doing the Space Marine, and he was like, I told you, bro. I told you should listen. I was like, you're right. Like you got me. You're dead to rights. You got me. But then he hit me up. He's like, yo, like you should do a Gundam helmet. No one's doing them, you know? And I started doing some research, and cause I don't know much about Gundam to begin with. I know about the show and they look awesome. You know, all the dudes with their suits, it's really sick, but I personally don't know a lot of the details. So I looked up some stuff and I found the most popular one, or like the original one, right? It's the RX 7802. Is that it? Yeah.
It's just 78.
So, yeah, it's just 78. That's what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the design is really cool. It's just like the basic helmet, and then it has like a V-shaped horn thing in the front. It's really rad. RX 78. There it is. Yeah. Dom's in there.
Yeah,
please.
He said he wants one, so there's two.
Yeah. There's a few. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We'll
the one Gundam that we saw in Japan.
That was the one.
That was the one that we saw. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. So I guess that's the OG one from what I saw.
You know what'd be cool is if you do the unicorn one, and then it opens up like that.
If one goes well,
that'd be sick.
You know, if I do this first one well, we can see about doing a second, or you know, and onward, because
Gundam's pretty hot, dude. I bet you that'll be a good one.
It's dope. And Yosh was saying like no one makes these, like no one has made a mold of these, which it looks hard to make, you know. It doesn't look like an easy thing to pull off, but it's doable, and you can mold stuff in multiple pieces. So you know, obviously those horns are going to be tricky, but if you mold that separately.
Ask Yosh if he'll give you the model for the unicorn thing, because the picture that you shared with us is split like that, because that thing splits, right? Ask him if he'll give you the straight and split.
No, I think it's a different helmet. So that's not the unicorn. I don't think.
Different helmet.
Oh, that one's different.
Okay. This one is different. It doesn't open. Yeah, it's just like that. The unicorn, is like this, and then when it goes into battle mode, it like opens up.
It opens up. Okay.
Yeah. It's a different suit, I guess. Different.
Steven knows his Gundam. You gotta.
Yeah. He's nodding and yes and no's, and I'm watching. But anyway, so I want to do that one to start off, and then if it does well, like if people respond well and then it sells well, I'll do more. You know, I don't mind doing the unicorn one, and if that's the case, if that's the second most, you know, asked for, I guess I could do a poll. I don't know, but I could ask him to separate pieces if possible, because that would be cool. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's it, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, you could do the unicorn. You could do the unicorn and the Banshee at the same time.
Banshee. Is it the same helmet but different like toppings?
Are there common pieces?
Well, the unicorn I know is like a dark blue, like almost like a black. But I do know that when the unicorn opens up, the interior of it is like a gold foil.
Okay.
Right. So it's like there's a reveal aspect to it.
Is that the model you bought, Ollie, when we were in? Okay, cool, in San Diego. Yeah. Okay, cool. I remember, sort of. I need to look it up. But anyway, yeah. If the first one does well, I do plan on doing it. I'm gonna talk to Wilson from Imperial Factory and see how much the master will cost to do in resin, because you know you got to get that nicely done if you're gonna mold it. And they do really great work too. So I think I'll do that more than likely. I just got to check out the files and see how huge the helmet is too. Maybe downsize to more of a human proportion if it's too big.
Yeah, people are probably going to get that as a shelf.
For sure, but if they want to put it on, I don't want, because that's the one thing that I didn't like about the Space Marine. It was like scaled to a Space Marine. And those dudes are like 8 feet tall, you know, like they're
so it was huge
monsters. Yeah. So the helmet itself is pretty damn big, which look dope on your shelf. But if you want to pop it on, you have to have, you know, some sort of padding system going on, but like to the extreme. So I would rather have it more life size, like more human scaled than you know, like this big giant thing. So I will look into that as well. But yeah, that's it.
Tight. I worked on something. Can't talk about it. But I did get my FDM printer back up and running. My old trusty CR10S. I haven't used it in over a year. I fired it up. I tried to print something, clog. Cleaned it out, did a few things, leveled the bed, clog. Did that about 4 or 5 times. Realized my hot end was just trashed. So was my Bowden tube. People that 3D print will know what I'm talking about. But got that. Ordered 3 hot ends for $15 and a new Bowden tube for $10.
Yeah.
Got that baby humming. First print out the gate. Came out great. So kind of excited about that. I don't have anything to print. I have a back plate for a Mando that I printed half of it and I need to print the other half. So I gotta do that. So that was kind of exciting. My sweet Han Solo Millennium Falcon dice that hang off my rearview mirror in my car just fell off and broke. I have to fix that.
No.
It's a little unfortunate. So I haven't really worked on anything else that I can talk about because the thing I printed we can't talk about yet. So I'll show that soon enough. Shout out to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce for getting engaged. Congrats.
Who are they?
I was wondering how long we were going to make it into the show
It's
before
big
that
news.
came up.
It's big news. Everyone's talking about it. So
That's kind of a big deal.
Big deal.
Stevie, I'm not supposed to ask you any questions, but did you work on anything?
His health.
Medicating himself.
Silent protest.
Okay, moving on. Did I work on anything? So I cleaning up several costumes. We're getting some photos taken this weekend, and got some costumes ready for that. So haven't really worked on anything other than just getting things kind of situated for that and rearranging some things here at the homestead. So have not done anything else. Steven's flagging me down. What's up?
I didn't work on anything on my workbench this week, but I did want to give a shout out to some of the Patreon Patreon members on the Discord, because even though I couldn't work on anything, I was just so thrilled following some of the people's builds on the workbench in our Discord.
Yeah.
Like Austin has, in my opinion, like one of the best looking vigilantes.
The vigilante's so good.
From Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he even does the glasses and
So
everything,
good.
like
Yeah.
without the mask, you know?
Yeah. Without the costume.
And then there's this guy John who has like a pretty good Deadpool that's coming along well. And then Paradax working on the Shin Hatsi for his wife.
Yeah, looking
It's just
good.
cool.
And the Balin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I can't be the one building, but following everyone else's builds, it just gets me like wanting to get to my workbench.
Yeah, Discord's been fun for that. Sharing little deets, things that we're working on. It is Dragon Con this weekend. Austin said he wrapped up all his stuff and he's getting ready for drinking. So every time I look at Dragon Con, I was like, I'm kind of like, oh man, that'd be kind of fun. I don't know. We had a good time, but I don't know. Maybe sometime.
I think it'd be fun if we all if we all went again,
If
like
we could all go.
if it was a big group, yeah.
And just do like 2 days. That's it.
Yeah. And speaking of Discord, I think anybody that's on the Discord, head on over there and check out the general chat right now, because that's good times. If you haven't seen what's going on over there right now, I highly recommend it. And if you have not signed up for the Discord yet, go check out our Patreon, which you can get to from thedadbatch.com. And you can get to the Discord from there. So
it's a good time in there.
Yeah.
It's very lively.
All right, let's see. All right, I think
So
we're
funny,
done
Luke.
with
Why you laughing?
Workbench.
General chat. Look at
Go
the general
check out the general chat in the Discord, Brian. Yeah,
Hey, Remy.
you won't
Okay.
you will not be disappointed.
All right.
Hey, Steven.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay. According to IMDb, David Klein, who was the cinematographer on several episodes of the Mandalorian TV show, has added the Mandalorian and Grogu film to his credits. Klein served as the cinematographer on 8 episodes of Mandalorian across seasons 2 and 3, as well as 5 episodes of Book of Boba Fett and 4 episodes of Skeleton Crew. Book and music fans have something to look forward to with an upcoming biography on the life of Star Wars sound guy John Williams. Written by Tim Grieving, John Williams, A Composer's Life, covers Williams' career spanning over 100 film scores, for which Williams has won 5 Oscars. Williams has also composed many non-film symphonies and concertos. He was the music director of the Boston Pops for over 10 years. Through his scores, he has introduced classical music to millions of fans. The book, published by Oxford University Press, hits bookshelves next week on September 1st. If you're a fan and you haven't already done so, in the meantime, you might want to go check out Disney Plus and watch both of the John Williams specials that they have up there. They're both great. Music by John Williams and John Williams in Tokyo. Happy birthday to Lucasfilm's Skywalker Sound Division, who turned a spry 50 years old. They're 50 years young. Yeah, the birthday music. So LFL's Senior Vice President and General Manager of Skywalker Sound, Josh Loden, says, let's see. He says, it starts with community. The culture is a really good entry point in understanding this place. In other markets like Los Angeles or London, the creatives move around between different facilities more often. Since we're the only ones based in Northern California, our community of artists have been working together for years. It's the people, the setting at Skywalker Ranch, the technological infrastructure and support, the filmmakers who come here with their amazing stories. That's the combination that's made the difference as we mark our 50th anniversary in 2025. Loden goes on to talk about how Skywalker Sound started with a single hire, Ben Burt, who had just graduated from USC. The article is a really good read if you're interested in learning more about the history of such a famous part of our fandom. Go check it out. So at the Lucasfilm headquarters at LDAC, the Letterman Digital Arts Center in San Francisco's Presidio. Sorry. So that's where like the Yoda fountain is at.
Oh yeah.
The famous Yoda fountain. The hallways are lined with artwork and artifacts from the decades of work the company's worked on. One relatively innocuous piece of artwork is this giant floor-to-ceiling Darth Vader propaganda-style poster that's actually much more than just a poster. So you can see it here if you're watching the video. It's actually a secret door.
What?
Now, before we get into what's behind the door, let's rewind a little bit and talk about the history of ILM. So they also are actually celebrating their 50th birthday this year. So after moving their headquarters from Van Nuys up to San Rafael between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, ILM stayed there until ultimately consolidating into the LDAC headquarters with the rest of Lucasfilm in 2005. In the meantime, Lucasfilm's computer division, which was at its heart part of ILM, spun off and became Pixar in 1986. One of the core values at Pixar was always the concept of hallway meetings and designing spaces to foster collaboration and creativity. As employees moved around various companies in Silicon Valley, inevitably some of them made their way back from Pixar to ILM, where everything started. And with them, they brought back the idea of those collaborative spaces into a company that was already very much like-minded. So the idea of building a secret hideout inside the LDAC was born. So it took years of designing, scrounging, convincing the executives to give them money and space. But the ILM team finally got Lucasfilm to allow them to build behind that poster, or door rather, what they now call the Rebel Hideout. So you can see them here, like they're working on it. And they scrounged up props from all the films.
What?
So it's hard to tell from this picture that's here, but like on the right edge of the screen, that's actually the navigation computer from the Millennium Falcon. They've got props from pretty much every major film in this room, and they turned it into an employee lounge. That's a hidden room behind the poster.
Wow.
This is ILM.
This is an ILM project that's inside the Lucasfilm headquarters up at the Presidio.
Oh, why did we not see this?
Because we didn't know that it was there. It's been there since 2024.
Oh, I blame our host.
So it was there. They may not have opened it quite yet when we were there. They may not have opened it quite yet there. So ILM's head of CG, Michael DiComo, said the channeling the spirit of ILM's fun-infused creative culture that has endured for half a century. The Rebel Hideout is a full-circle achievement, maintaining the company's storied identity in a brand new way. Egoless collaboration is the phrase we use all the time. It's who we are. When you have something special like the Hideout, it amplifies the whole feeling. This is why I've been here for 30 years, the spirit of these people. So
I imagine like end of work day, they go in there, they start popping bottles, having drinks in there, hanging out. It's their own Oga's Cantina.
Yeah. So here's some finished a photo of it empty. This is what it looks like finished.
Damn.
Oh
Wow.
on.
Oh my God.
That's so nice.
That is insane.
Yeah. That's
just
like
straight off the sets too. Just
That's
like
straight in
little
universe.
little employee hangout behind that random door.
Damn,
Yeesh.
dude.
So
Incredible. Look at that.
they had like a little party going on in there when this was like their opening party that they had for the employees.
That's insane.
dude.
Very cool.
All right, we gotta go back.
I know. Yeah.
Look
Next
at the
time.
helmets. Look at the helmets up there on the left.
Next time. Yeah, there's like a red
Crimson
Stormtrooper
TK,
helmet up
yeah.
there, the pilot helmet. Yeah, exactly. There's like a Shadow Stormtrooper in the back.
It's like complete. Look, the ceiling, like everything.
Yeah, okay.
Is
So
covered.
That's
they
what I'm
have
looking at.
they have a fan on the ceiling, and they created a fake shadow on the floor to make it look like that fan is a duct that goes up to the roof. So the shadow on the floor looks like the sun's shining through the fan duct and creates a shadow of the fan spinning on the floor, to make it look like the sun's shining down through the ductwork, and the shadow of the fan casts on the floor. And as the fan spins, it creates this shadow of the fan spinning slowly on the floor to create the illusion that the duct goes to the outside, even though it doesn't. It's just the ceiling of this office building inside. And they call it the impossible fan. So
The link in the chat that's Steph put that has this complete article in there. There's some cool pictures in there, including the like first concept of it, where it was like almost like a board, like a meeting room with the Emperor's chair and the Death Star like circle, like that glass circle in the back. Wow.
Yep.
What
you guys are always going to want to check out the links that Steph drops in the chat. We kind of coordinate this on purpose. I only tease you guys with the stuff I show on screen here. The real meat of it's always behind the links.
Yeah, there's a lot more in there. So all the electronics, them soldering all the boards. Wow. So much work. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, they worked on it for years.
Oh, there's the original pilot's chair from the Hammerhead Corvette from Rogue One.
It should be somewhere in here. Is that what this is right here? I don't know.
No. Oh yeah,
Hard
that's
to
it.
say.
Right there.
Is that it right
it's
there?
hard to
Okay,
tell
cool.
there. Like in the link, there's like a clearer picture of it.
Nice.
So yeah, check that link out, people.
Very cool. All right. Moving on. Visions Volume 3. So we've got some new key art along with the titles of the 9 episodes of Visions Volume 3, with 3 of the shorts being direct continuations of stories that began in Volume 1, which is actually something that we already knew. Whoops, let's see. Right, there we go. Okay, so on the episodes, so we've got The Duel Payback, which is a continuation of the first episode that we saw, the black and white one, right, with the Ronin. This is from Anima Kamikaze Duga, followed by The Lost Ones, which is a sequel to The Village Bride from Kinema Citrus Co. The Ninth Jedi, Child of Hope from Production IG. And this one is a continuation as well of The Ninth Jedi, but this is also sort of a prequel to the show, because there's a whole spin-off series that's coming under the Visions banner next year. That's a whole series called The Ninth Jedi. So this episode takes place between season 1's volume 1's episode and then that series. The rest of these are all originals and new. So Yuko's Treasure from Kinema Citrus Co., The Smuggler from Trigger, The Bounty Hunters from Wit Studio, The Song of Four Wings, Project Studio Q, The Bird of Paradise, Polygon Pictures, and then the last one, Black, from David Production. Now, this last one, Black, received a special highlight from the official Star Wars website, showing some stormtroopers. At a short film festival that was previewed at Anime New York City recently, showing a stormtrooper's operatic, psychedelic-driven fight for his life with the 2 stills that we're going to show here in a minute. So I've got a quote here. So from Black's director, Shinya Ohira, whose credits include work on Akira and Spirited Away. For anyone who's keeping score. We wanted to offer a film that was mainly based on Sakura Fujiwara's singing voice, set against these visuals of intense battles. That was our vision as we made the film. As for the interpretation of the story, the viewers, the people watching it, we kind of wanted to leave it up to them. So that's how we made it. It's really kind of something nobody's ever seen before. So I've got these stills here. Let's see, where is this? So these stills, right? Like this is like the art style that we've got.
So sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rad.
I like that.
So I've got a clip that we can play. They showed a clip that's got some dialogue from the creator here, Shinya Ohira, that they played, as well as a clip of some of the animation that they played at Celebration. So we should be fine. This is straight off YouTube. It's on there 1,000 times from different channels. They played this at Celebration. It's got the kind of Celebration boilerplate across the bottom. If we talk over it, we should be fine. And I don't think we'll have any trouble with it anyways, because it's on YouTube about 1,000 times already. For reference, I have heard that basically this whole sequence is like, you know how like, you know, when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. Like this is what happens in a stormtrooper's brain, like the minute that the Death Star explodes. Like, so that's like what we're seeing in this thing. So let's watch this clip.
ブラックの監督をさせていただきました、大平信也と申します。
So we see some storyboards here. So he wrote the screenplay, created the storyboards, and he's the director. So the animation style is super cool.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. We'll bring the audio down a little bit so we can talk over it a little easier. One thing that's really super interesting, and we'll hear this in a second, the soundtrack, the score, is jazz music. It's straight up jazz music.
I'm interested to see how that fits.
It's very interesting, which we're going to hear it here in a second. So, and you see like there's a lot of imagery here where you see like the stormtroopers, like it almost looks like they're zombies or whatever, but it's because like, it's the explosion, right? It's the explosion. Wow. So like their helmets are getting blown off and things like that.
What?
Why do they have beards?
So it's very psycho. Like,
wow, dude.
So here comes the jazz music.
It's Cowboy
It's
Bebop.
trippy,
I
right?
love it.
Yeah, it's very Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, you got the saxophone, the xylophone, all of it.
Nate wants to know, are you sure it's not jizz?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's Jats, Nate.
It might be both.
Wow, that is trippy.
Yeah, I mean, the art style's crazy. The music, it's very psychedelic.
Wow. But they throw color in, yeah.
Yeah, splashes of color.
Jeez, dude. It's just mayhem.
Yeah, it's wild.
Is that it?
Huh.
Damn.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
That's
watch
all
that.
That's
That's
all they
amazing.
showed at Celebration. That's all we got.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
David said, I know jizz when I hear it.
So Star Wars Visions Volume 3 will be available to stream on Disney Plus on October 29th. Volume 1 and 2 can be streamed on the service right now. The spin-off series Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi is also in development for a 2026 release, continuing the story arc seen in the shorts in both Volume 1 and 3. And that is it for the news.
Good stuff, Ramy. That was fun.
Great.
I think we've got Marvel Minute, right? Yeah.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Yes. It is a little light this week, but I did find a couple things. So let's dive in and keep it Marvel Minute-y. So Empire Magazine just had an interview with Jake Schreier, who is doing the upcoming X-Men movie. He is most notable for, or most recently, the Thunderbolts movie. So he kind of spun off into a little mini conversation about the X-Men movie coming up, and said, of course, I can't say anything about it, but we started working on X-Men, and that's obviously very, very exciting. Mm-hmm. And said, with Thunderbolts being a team-up story, there's much he's learned about making an ensemble Marvel movie. And another quote he had said about the project is that there are so many things that I didn't know about before I started Thunderbolts, pointing to his experience with an ensemble movie now being in that universe. So being that it, was critically really well received, like across the board, I think we're in good hands there. So excited to see what happens. And then we have just a teeny little Doomsday tidbit from one of the actors. So the Namor actor Tenoch Huerta described his reduced role in Avengers Doomsday as being much simpler in terms of time and energy that was used on set versus his time on Wakanda Forever. And this was during a recent appearance on a TV show. The dynamic has been a bit different, he said. There are 20-something characters involved in this specific story, which means we are each going to have smaller roles because... I'm sorry, my note. We are each going to have smaller roles because there needs to be space for all of these characters in all of the universes, which is an odd statement. This makes it much more simpler in terms of a role in time and energy in making a film like this. So I think a couple neat things in there is his mention of multiple universes, which isn't a big surprise, but it does allude to possibly how Doom forms Battleworld by bringing these other worlds together and colliding them and creating this one planet for these heroes to gather on.
It's just been miss after miss.
And 20-something characters too. I mean, that's be
crazy.
Possibly an exaggeration, but I mean, honestly, like we saw this folding chair, the director chair is probably not really too big of an exaggeration either.
It sounds about right.
Within the ballpark, I would imagine. And it's cool to know Namor's back too, dude. I think You know, Namor is a sick character, and
He's gonna fall in love.
Is this another Pacific
With
Northwest?
Susie
Namor?
Sue.
Namor?
Namor.
Namor? This must be, I guess.
Namor the Submariner.
Namor.
dude.
Namor. I always said Namor. but-
Namor.
Namor.
Yeah, I thought it was Namor.
Tell me a little Namor about it.
But it's Roman backwards, right? Namor?
Mm-hmm. Ramon.
Ramon?
Ramon?
I don't know.
Ramon.
Wait.
Or Ramar. Anyways, I think this is a great character to like explore more of, and honestly, like this could lead
Roman
to...
backwards, Stephen. Sorry, Luke.
that broke Steven's brain. His glasses.
Ramon?
Ramon? Question mark. I hope we see more of Ramon in the upcoming movies.
You should.
Okay, dude, this one. Maybe I should end on this one. Let me do. No, it's okay. I'm gonna blow this one. This melted my face. I'm gonna blow this one. Keep it together, guys. Keep it together. Trying to land the ship. Marvel 1943: The Rise of Hydra. This is a game coming out in 2026, featuring Captain America and the Black Panther. I don't have a slide. I don't think I have a slide for this. Set in World War II in Paris. Developed by Skydance New Media and slated for an early 2026 release.
I saw something on this where like they're both independently on this mission. They're both independently on this mission, and then they actually meet for the first time, and they're like, you know, get out of my way or whatever. Like I'm gonna find that so and so first or whatever. So,
damn.
And then they team up, I assume.
Let's go. That's a great storyline. Like that. Okay. Last couple things I have fall into just some comics and toy news, because I like comics and I like toys, and I think you guys do too. So we have a new comic that just came out today in comic shops. It'll be out soon for everybody else via like digital, but we're doing a new Thor #1 for 2025, the Mortal Thor. So this is a slight reboot in terms of the character. I mean, there's obviously always new #1s and are kind of new like restarts and, you know, new branches on the tree for these characters to grow from. This one is brought to us by Al Ewing and Pascal Ferry, who both, Al Ewing on writing duties, always awesome, but Pascal Ferry is amazing, like super kinetic style of art. Really, really great panelist for comics. So
look at his little hammer. Little hammer.
So it basically kind of like restarts his story out of nowhere. In a city, a man is waking up with this basic timeline and remembrance in his memory of being a Norse god. And so the story kind of unfolds from this place of and this is how his character has played out in Marvel lore before in the comics, where he's been a normal human being that then conjures the power of Thor by using the hammer in some way. So this is going to be kind of similar in that approach, I would imagine.
The artwork looks a little bit like Alex Ross, right?
That might be an Alex Ross cover. The main artist for the Go of the series is Pascal Ferry, though. I don't know. It's kind of small on my screen, so it could be Alex Ross. It could be Pascal doing that too.
If it's not him, it looks like very similar. I mean, not that they're copying or anything. It looks like a
no. Yeah,
it's great.
It's very cool. Very Alex Ross style.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing is just to touch on some toy news. So there's just been conversation in the toy community about Hasbro seemingly not fulfilling, releasing enough characters throughout both 2024 and 25 in terms of high demand characters.
Where's Wolverine and Deadpool figures?
Yeah, exactly. Just fan favorites that, obviously stuff gets slated, movie blocks get slated and stuff gets pushed around a little bit. But there has been kind of a noticeable lack of like real fan favorite characters. And Hasbro's been kind of like racing to address this, like ever since like, back in July, like they dropped some heat for Comic-Con. And now they've been doing some like nice 2-packs and stuff like that. But as far as like regular like peg releases at big retail stores, that's still been a bit light. Something they're hoping to remedy are these 2 reissues essentially. So these are, new old figures, I guess, as it were. Like some of the accessories are new and some of the details and paint jobs are of course new. For the figure, the hood's a little different for this existing Dr. Doom. But they are being reissued on these cards that were like the old Toy Biz cards from like the late 90s, early 2000s, which gives you the little touch of nostalgia.
Super vintage vibe, yeah.
Super vintage vibe, but also gives us like some of these like nice, meat characters that everybody's been kind of asking for lately.
Dude, they could crush a Ghost Rider movie right now, man.
Yeah.
You know why they put them on these?
Drum for some of that too.
You know why Hasbro puts them on these vintage cards, right?
No.
Why?
Because the vintage is meant to play to the 30-plus-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the only ones that can afford it. Because they're charging $25 a figure.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right. These figures are not inexpensive.
That's funny.
It's crazy. So there's definitely some of that probably comes into effect with nostalgia reissue card, but they're beautiful. It's nice to see them starting to right the ship a little bit and give people what they want. And there's going to be some pre-order stuff coming down the pipeline too that we're going to be stoked on. So, and that's it for the Marvel Minute.
Some fun stuff.
Yeah. Tasty tidbits.
I'm feeling much better.
Oh,
good.
Look at you.
All my medicine kicked in.
You ready to start the show over then?
Yeah, let's start the show.
Hello.
Actually, I have a surprise for you guys. Let's do this because we are making really good time since I didn't speak.
I love surprises.
Meanwhile, Brian.
For your information, the stinger of a Yalbek queen is a delicacy on some planets.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. And no, Joe's not here. But
dude,
got me
cut the
excited.
show, bro.
But I do have a Q&A for you guys. And I wanted to kind of bring these back. So Q&A this week. The topic is going to be conventions.
Chat is devastated right now.
First, last, best, worst. So I'll go first. Let's see here. Hold on. What? My first convention. I don't even know if you could call it a convention. It was in the ballroom of like a Holiday Inn, Hotel Circle in San Diego, and it was like, I don't know, like a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, and it was just a bunch of like tables, card show, really like low quality card show. But it was my first, and it was like my first time like seeing like people actually selling things, and I saw like Marvel. I think this must have been 94 because Fleer Flare, Marvel Fleer Flare was like the new hot pack.
Damn.
And I bought some of those.
Nice.
Let's see. My last convention obviously was San Diego. I think my highlight for that one was the Dad Batch House, the barbecue night. My best convention. Oh man. If I have to go for like, I'll just say hands down, my best convention so far has been London. Worst
Could be a lot of
convention.
answers.
Worst. I would say is. Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't want to say a bad one, but I would have to say it's probably 2017 Palm Springs convention because I had a bunch of stuff stolen.
Oh,
I remember that.
That still hurts because I had a laptop an iPad inside of a briefcase, and that leather briefcase meant so much to me. There was so much sentimental value to it that I don't want to get into, but yeah, had to be it.
We all had stuff stolen from that convention.
Yeah.
Damn. Bummer.
First, last, best, worst.
Are you picking?
Okay.
Or...
Who's next?
Pick a person.
Pick a person.
I'm waiting for the screen to change. Okay. First, outside of Luke, I bet you, I don't know. I might be, when I was like 15. So this was
a long time ago.
Like 90, like 1990?
What?
Maybe 91. I went to
Hey, back in the 1900s?
In the 20th century, dude?
I remember I had my first job at like 15 and I worked at a fabric store for like a month and I got a couple paychecks and saved the money and went, me and my buddy, we were super into like animes. I think, when did Akira come out?
In the 80s, dude. 88, maybe?
Yeah, like I was super
80s.
into like anime and like Robotech and like things like that.
Robotech.
And I remember going to a Comic-Con so long ago. I don't really remember exactly, but I remember going to a Comic-Con and being super stoked on like anime stuff. So that was my first one. And then was it first?
Last.
First, last, best, worst.
Last, San Diego. Best, I mean, I was going to say London, just because I felt like we were all there, except for Luke.
That pad
Sorry,
was
Luke.
dope, too. That we were
Sorry,
like
Luke.
outside of the con.
Yeah.
Walking
like,
outdoor. Step
you
out
guys
into the
having
door.
that pad, that was just my daughter and I, so that was fun. Like her and I going on a big trip. Everything that happened there was like amazing. Even though that wasn't really a great celebration.
No, but we got to do everything.
But we had a blast. Yeah. That for sure. And then it's worst.
Worst and
Right?
best.
Yeah.
No, worst.
First, last,
First, worst,
best, worst. It's hard to it's hard to say like, oh, what was the worst one? But like probably when we moved here and went to one of the local cons here and just being like by ourselves and just being like, didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
Like the cons here are, I mean, every community has local conventions. So they are what they are, but we're just used to going to the major leagues of conventions, right? Like we go to the big ones. So we're used to these big ones.
We're spoiled.
We're spoiled. Yes, we are spoiled. So
Well, it's like Rachel says in the chat. It's not just the convention. It's who you spend it with.
yeah. I mean, I've gone. I think you guys were doing like WonderCon last year, or the year before, and I didn't have any time to go to any cons or anything. And I went to one by myself one time, brought my Mando, and I just like wandered around by myself. And I like met up with like Legion people, but I didn't know anybody really. And I was just like, oh, whatever. Like, but yeah, that's my list. I had another notable one too, and it just talking about the bad con erased it from my memory from what I wanted to say. But that's my list. Emerald City Comic Con with Luke. That was the first con him and I went together. My family and I went up. Remember, we flew up.
Totally.
And we went to you with that. And that was a blast. Because that was like our first time like getting to do like that together.
That was super fun.
I wore your Marvel. I wore your Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
You can still smell it.
All leather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. So I was given some time to think about this, so it helped me a little bit in my answers. And it's the best to my knowledge. But my first con was right when I became this was like 2003. So I think it was like right either before I became a 501st member or had just like gotten approved. I had just missed the bigger convention in town, which was known as, you know what? I don't even think it was called Emerald City this far back, but there was a bigger Seattle con back in the day. And I had just missed it. And I remember being like, kind of was just getting back into comics a little bit. And, you know, so I was aware of it, missed it. And then there was this second convention that was like right after it. That was like a smaller hotel style convention. And it was like down by the airport. So it wasn't in downtown Seattle. Drove down to it. You know, same kind of thing, like wandered around. I remember it was, you know, it was different because it was like laid out in like a convention, you know, hotel, like different ballrooms had different things going on and different vendor areas. So it was kind of hard to navigate at first. And like, you know, now we've all been to hotel kind of convention style like setups and it's a little bit more familiar territory. But like for your first con, it was kind of a trip. The highlight though was that I met Peter Mayhew, got a photo with him. Sick. And got an autographed picture, and he signed it to Luke, which was really cool. And it's a picture of Chewie on Hoth, and the wind's blowing, and he almost has kind of a skull face with the snow. So that's also like a really like high core memory for me about conventions in general. Last one, San Diego Comic-Con for sure. And that also ranks really high just for overall cons for me in general. This was a really good one.
Yeah.
This last SDCC.
It was really good, actually.
Yeah, it really was. I was really like putting it maybe in my slot for best too, just because it's most recent on memory, but there was a lot of fun stuff attached to it. But I do think my favorite con, and a lot of it just comes from like the physical like ability being gained back, but it was the San Diego Comic-Con I did with Brian and John right after I tore my Achilles heel.
Yeah.
And I had this really bad foot injury like earlier in the year. It was back in like March or April. Tore my Achilles, had surgery, was really laid up for a long time. And like my goal was like I need to be walking by July so I can go to the convention with everybody. And it was like right when I got my Deadpool.
Whoop, you're muted.
Sorry, there we go.
There you go.
So yeah, it was newer to wear that. And I was just so like, you know, distraught that I like had injured myself and I was maybe at best going to be in like a walking boot by that point. But I PT'd the heck out of it, made it to the convention with you guys. We walked around a ton, of course, as you do at San Diego. So much so that at a certain point I jumped on a scooter and rented a scooter for any time we were doing anything in the garage or outside of the convention and just lapped that place whenever we needed to go walk somewhere. I was like, I'm going to go meet you guys there because I can't walk. Any extra walking on my leg was insane. I was so worked after that con, but it was so fun with you guys. And we had Brian's whole family there and John as Sugar Bear as the OG Peter. My worst con, and this isn't indicative of the con itself. And this was actually like a toy convention. It was like a toy and comic show. So it wasn't even like a full blown con. I guess it kind of was. There were like Shredder from the live action Turtles was there. He was signing. So I guess it does count as a con. I was setting up as a vendor for the weekend. I also have like a big, it's sized down toy collection, vintage toys and stuff over the years. Sometimes I do toy shows and we'll set up a table, part some of it down. And I had gone to like walk the floor and take like some time to go shop a little bit or whatever, or like I shop. And my friend was running the table for me, and he's a good friend of mine, and he actually like was kind of new to the hobby, and so he was hanging out and just checking stuff out. While I was gone, I came back, and one of the figures that I had on my table was of higher value, and it was a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes, but it was the Japanese version. It was a Takara version of Snake Eyes. Sealed, but it had the flag points cut off the back, so it wasn't immaculate. It was what it was, but it was worth a couple $100 probably. The tag or something had fallen off of it. There was no mischievousness. Like it truly, like I had like little small like sticker tags or whatever. It fell off. I came back and I asked my buddy, I was like, hey, whoa, no way that sold. That's crazy. And he was like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, cool. Like, wow, that's amazing. And he was like, yeah, here's the $20. And I was like, $20? And he was like, yeah, $20. And he was like all pumped because it was early in the morning and it was like first sale of the day and he got it out of the way kind of vibe, so he was all kind of jazzed.
No.
And I was like, there's more though. There should be. He's like, no, it was with some of the other Joes. And it was near some other stuff that was priced lower too. And it was just on table, it's a table toy show. You guys know how those go. Sticker fell off and he sold this figure that was, again, probably about $200 for like $20. And I was just like, oh,
devastated
right off of the bat. So yeah, that was probably my worst memory of a con. It was crazy. It was great. It still stings in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, that Snake Eyes, somebody got the best deal on that ever. I don't know how that happened.
Ouch. That hurts. So Con, the way we're conventionally talking about them, the first one would have been some Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. I don't remember what year, but it would have been San Diego Comic-Con. Would an air show count? It's sort of like a con. It's not. Why not?
Sure.
I went to
Tell
an
me
air
why
show
not.
when I was a kid.
Okay, so why not? Just because you went to one, why doesn't it count? It's not a convention. It's not a convention for people that
Not
like
the
airplanes.
kind we're talking about.
Oh, so it's the kind we're talking about.
Well, what is this show about airplanes?
It's a convention for people that like airplanes.
Was it an air con?
Were you watching airplanes fly?
Air con?
Were you watching airplanes fly? So why does that
Air
have to do
show,
with
right?
it being? It's an air show. So it's
Okay.
it's a comic
show.
book show.
Got it.
We'll allow it.
I'm just saying.
Understood.
So because if that counts, I probably have no memory of the first one that I went to because my dad would have taken me
Oh,
to
same.
more than I could count.
Same.
He would pick me up out of bed before the sun came up, put me in the back seat of the car back before you had to wear seatbelts, lay me down on the back seat. I would wake up and we were in the parking lot of Edwards Air Force Base and I'd get dressed and we'd go in, it was an all day thing. Like because we'd have to drive like forever to get there. And you'd spend all day walking around and looking at the airplanes and they'd have the air show and everything. You get to go up into the cockpit and take pictures, whatever. And so I couldn't tell you how many of those I went to back when I was a kid. So, and still, and when the 501st Legion does events at air shows, which still happens, those are always super fun. So I like that. That's always been part of my DNA.
Nice.
So the cat is right here. Hi.
Kitty Con.
Last was obviously San Diego. We're all going to have the same answer for that. There hasn't been one since then. Best, I don't know if I'd say London because Luke wasn't there. There's people that weren't with us for London that I would like to include in the best. So, I'm going to say last year's San Diego.
I almost said that too because that was really good too.
That one was good.
Yeah.
And really just because Joe was with us more for last year's than he was with us for this one.
True.
Yeah.
So
Luke running around in Deadpool with a Dad Bat shirt.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
The Sunday
you had
was
Yondu.
really good.
You busted out Yondu and the Joker for that.
Yeah,
it was full blown.
What was that, Steven?
The Sunday sushi was really good on that rooftop that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
And then worst, there's a lot of cons that are just, it's kind of like Brian's answer. I don't know if I want to single out any one. There are a lot of cons that are basically like what I will call Frankensons with a door fee.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're just selling stuff that you could buy at a comic book store and they're charging you a fee at the door to get in. That's it. That's it. And it's because we're spoiled. Like you said, like we get like WonderCon and San Diego Comic-Con and we've got like Emerald City Comic-Con up at where Luke's at. Like we've got some pretty good cons out here on the West Coast and have had the luxury of going to some pretty good cons. Like New York Comic-Con is a good one too. When you get to go to these really, really good ones, and then you go to some other ones that just aren't the big headliner cons like that, you see there really are just a bunch of vendors that are selling stuff. And then yet they also charge you at the door to get in.
Yeah.
I had to pay money to go in and spend money. So that's not a good con experience to me. So
Totally.
That's it.
Is that everybody?
Salt J.
Did you go, Steven?
Yeah, I went first.
He started. Salt J hasn't
John,
gone.
did you go yet?
Nope. First con was 2017 Long Beach Comic Expo.
Oh, wow.
That was my first convention. Yeah, and it was funny. So, I was not into cosplay. I didn't build props or anything back then that much. Actually, I had just gotten into Saber Guild, going to the practices, and wait, this is 2016. 2016. I think it's February 2017. I met this dude online playing video games, playing GTA 5 or GTA 5. And it started off us cussing at each other, and then eventually we became friends. You know how GTA is. if you've ever played online, it's terrible. But whatever, we became friends, and he was this cosplayer dude, and he's like, dude, you should come to the convention, blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know about costumes that much. Like, I have this lightsaber and whatever. But he's like, well, you should check it out, whatever. So I bought a Amazon like Jedi costume, and I had the lightsaber, and I went, and we went with my wife, and that was my first con, and it was okay. I mean, it was kind of like, it was the feeling what Brian was saying, like when he went to the convention in North Carolina, where it's like, you don't know anyone. I didn't know anything. I didn't know any clubs. I didn't know any people. It was literally me and my wife going to this one thing for the first time ever. I met up with my buddy there. I think he was like doing Spider-Man costumes or something back then, but yeah, whatever. So that was my first one, and it was kind of just like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, walking around, and the costume was not great, and whatever. Whatever. But that was my first con. Last con, San Diego, obviously, with you guys. Best con, it's hard. Listening to everyone say what theirs was, I kind of agree with every single one because they were all amazing. Like Luke's when I was Sugar Bear with you, Luke, and your Achilles, and Brian and Tori. That was great. San Diego, not this last one, the one before at Joe's house was amazing. Obviously this one that we just had was amazing with the barbecue and the Airbnb and obviously, but I think overall, just because of where it was and mostly everyone was there. Luke, you weren't part of the crew yet, but I think you were there. London. Were you at London?
No,
you weren't. Okay,
No.
I have a memory of you being there for some reason.
Yeah,
but,
no, I was in their Force Ghost spirit,
Yeah. Well, and I think that one was the best for me because the proximity to the con from where we were staying was just the most perfect thing. You literally step out the door and walk up some steps, and you're at the convention. It was literally that. It was what, 50 feet, if that.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It was right there.
The
That was
stairs,
awesome.
yeah.
it was cool because we were all Brian was with his daughter, but the rest of us were all there in the house with our kids, with our families. You know, we'd all go to get food together. We'd all go to sushi together. The Neths came, met up with us too, and it was so much fun taking the subway, I guess, or the train or whatever it was we took to go around. And with the kids, it's just chaos. You know, trying to keep up, and that was super fun. And obviously we got to meet people and do things that we don't often do, and it was just a very memorable moment. So I guess I'd have to say London. And worst con, maybe my first one, just because it was so lonely. You know, it didn't feel like a waste of time, but it just felt like kind of like what do we do? You know, obviously I was into comics and I was just getting into costumes a little bit, into like wearing them, because I didn't, besides Halloween, I didn't necessarily do that very often.
Totally.
Besides Halloween and like costume parties, I guess, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like not an embarrassing thing, but it was kind of like trying to get over myself and just like have fun and relax, and it was kind of like a little stressful because I was like, do I look okay? Like, is this how it's supposed to be? You know, so it was kind of like that situation.
That's brave doing a costume on your first con too, though.
Yeah, that's why I was
your
like,
first con and doing a costume.
Yeah,
was it Long Beach 2016?
It might have been. I don't know. It was between Long Beach 2016 and 17. It wasn't Comic-Con. It was Comic Expo. Because there were two that year.
Because I went to that one. I was just trying to join the Legion. I had a broken hand, and I was building my Stormtrooper. And I have pictures of my family and I there. Levi was running around as Princess Leia.
But we hadn't met yet.
No. This is... Yeah, I'm like looking at pictures
back
right
then,
now.
Yeah.
Fun fact was I met Kevin Weir, his wife, and his kids who are grown now, like
their kids.
Little kids. I have a picture with Levi and I and his wife and the kids, because they had little First Order Stormtroopers.
That was right
so
when.
Cute.
That's why too. That was right when The Force Awakens had come out.
Yeah,
and it was a resurgence of like, Star Wars, and I think that's what got me into like, screw it, let's go. I want to be a Jedi again. You know, like
that's cool.
I think that's what did it for us.
It's funny.
That's a nice little walk down memory lane.
Did Joe come up with that question?
No.
That was a Stevie production.
I like it.
Nice.
That was text Q&A featuring Rucker.
I love it. That's a good one, Steven.
Yeah.
I just have to imagine, because you like painted the picture so well, John. But like,
of what?
The guy that you met online through GTA.
Mervin, dude. Shout out to Mervin.
That we knew.
No, you guys don't know him. He's the guy that got me into cosplay. And now he's kind of out of it a little bit. Like, he's been doing like pickleball and stuff, and like focusing on school. He's like way younger than me. He's like, probably now he's like 30. I don't know. But back then it was, you know, he was like a young 20-year-old, and I was like mid 30s. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Like, I don't not mid 30s, I guess.
I just imagine the conversation that you had with your wife when you walk up to this kid dressed up as Spider-Man. You're like,
bro.
look,
like,
honey, this is the man I met online.
Well, this is the guy I used to know, because I'd be like, she'd probably listen in. I'm like, watch this. I'm gonna, you know, like, screw these guys. Like, it was him and his brother and his cousin, and they'd gang up on me. I was like, screw these guys. There. Ended up being a great homie. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you'd like to show your support for the show, become a patron and join the All Access Elite Squad on our Discord, or check out our merch store at thedadbatch.com. You can follow me at stevie.kicks on Instagram, sometimes on X. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Brian?
Sithin' ain't easy.
Sithin.
Sitting. SITHING.AINT.EASY.
John?
At pair_annoyed. We're going to be recording a new ep soon, so hang tight. Trying to get Brian to not be a sleepyhead at 9 p.m. Western Western hours.
We gotta get that going, man.
We will for
Luke-
sure soon.
Luke, where
soon,
can people find you?
SITHI.
Do I win the spelling
In a
bee?
tree. Patreon.com/dadbatchpod.
And Raimi?
thedadbatch.com, where you can find easier links than all the spelling mistakes that these guys have just made.
I didn't make any spelling mistakes. I nailed mine.
I just said words.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening to episode 150 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 151. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.